take this moment with me to listen and to sense. At a layer you might have never listened to before. Because generally you're listening to your own thoughts and to the outside world, of course. You're listening to your own thoughts and feeling your body, but there's a layer there where there's a lot happening. It's called your divinity. Your light. You're not used to seeing it, having it, feeling it in your everyday life. You're used to the mind and its thoughts and your body and its aches and pains and the whole outside world. You're not used to this thing. Your light, your consciousness. Hell, it was sealed off for a long time. It was off somewhere else. Now it's coming into your presence. I invite you to sense at that level. And when your mind says, well, I don't hear anything, you can tell your mind to shut up and let yourself sense what's happening with your consciousness. Have you ever felt your consciousness before? Have you ever felt your consciousness before? I think not. Let yourself feel it now. And if you're saying, well, where should I look? It's always right there. It's right there. You don't have to look. You just let it come to you now and feel it. I ask you now to let the master, that is culmination of all your lifetimes, let it come to you right now. Wherever you happen to be, let it come right to you. And then listen once again. But with new ears, a new mind, a new thought, listen once again. Listen not just with your ears, but with your entire being. Listen. You might start to realize that it's not just words you get. You might get a few, but there's just a feeling, a sense. Like something is there. Let yourself immerse into it now. Absolutely listening with every part of your being as the Master shares with you. Right now you're sensing something, hearing or feeling. Something is there, you know. And you're letting it in. You're letting yourself immerse into it now. Without feeling shame or guilt or lack of worthiness, you're letting yourself feel it and sense it, the Master. Something is happening on a very deep level within you. Many of you couldn't have done this before Heaven's Cross. It would have been too much conflict and too much limitation, but now, listen once again at the very deep levels. Imagine yourself just taking a walk with the Master that you are. Taking a walk in the beauty of nature on a glorious day. walking side by side and listening. You're listening to yourself here. You're listening to you. You've been taught and trained and programmed to listen outside. Or listening inside was too chaotic and too limited, but now you're listening to yourself through the Master. You're listening to yourself. Sensing through yourself. Letting yourself just stroll through the beauty of your own secret garden with the Master, without fighting it or questioning, just allowing it. In this experience, you can feel and sense something is definitely happening. Maybe the human still doesn't quite understand it, but you know it's there. As you listen and feel and sense into yourself, the Master. Isn't it beautiful to know you don't need a long string of lectury words, that you're just now sensing it? The presence of the Master. As you continue to walk along with the Master in the beauty of your own reality, your secret garden, now let yourself become one with that Master, integrated into your body, into your thoughts, into your being. It's not like taking in a foreign thing because it's already you now. Just let it be integrated as you walk along and continue sensing and feeling like you're melding and merging together. And keep walking and feeling and listening. And you start to sense into that oneness. No more separation, no more the Master being off someplace else, but as you walk, you're walking as the Master now. And when you listen, you're just listening to yourself as the Master. And as you sense, you're sensing as the Master. Not just as the human trying to hear something or feel something from the Master, but now actually sensing as the Master. As you continue walking now as one, as human, as Master, starting to even sense the light body, which isn't out there as a little sparkly light somewhere outside of you, but it's right here. And this is what comes when the veil is opened. This is what happens with Heaven's Cross. For many of you, this would have been hard to do a year ago, 6 months ago, but here we are at the very subtle levels of what's occurring with the apocalypse. The ability to be in awareness like this, without all the noise and the commotion and the words and the definitions and the judgments, just a single sense of awareness. This is what comes. This is what expands. This is what brings clarity and a flow. Take a good deep breath here into you, the Master, now. Even avoiding words like human and all the other things, soul and master. It's a single self as well. It is truly the I am now. I am that I am. This very thing right here is what now it lights up. It lights up. It starts to ignite all the other parts into its oneness. I used the example before of the embers of a fire. You throw logs on it, nothing happens. You walk away and you come back later and suddenly this beautiful fire. It's taking everything and bringing it into this oneness, single sense, single being. It's a transmutation that's happening at some very, very deep levels. You're expecting so many human things from Heaven's Cross, but it starts here. It starts right with the Master, who has so much background and empathy for the human. And now, no longer even the lines between them. A single beingness. Feel into that for a moment. This is you. This is the you that emerges in the apocalypse.